How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Planetary Gamers. My name is Brennan, and today I'm going to be doing the Perseverance Rover challenge, I think. Basically, what we're going to try to do is see if we can build as close to a recreation of the rover as possible and get it to Mars to basically pay homage to the historic event that we had happen today. So yeah, without much further ado, let's jump in here and get started. So we're going to be building it here in Kerbal Space Program because this is as close to a recreation as we can get in, I don't know, video games. So yeah, so let's try to do this. I don't know if I want to use an old world or if we should start a fresh one. I think, actually, you know what? I think I'll start a new one. Kind of like a new sandbox, right? And see what we can get up to. Let's see. Let's call this Perseverance Rover. And for the flag, you know, we got to use the NASA meatball. Let's see. In sandbox mode, all parts and features are available from the start. You are free to play without any constraints, but research and development and mission control are unavailable. So let's go ahead and start. All right, because like you can tell, we're not gonna have any contracts or anything. It's basically just gonna be jumping in and building the rover. So let's see here. So nice to meet you. I'm Kerman, flight director, your guide for this quick introduction. This is the Space Center. From here, you can manage all aspects of the program. I think we've got it. All right, let's do this. All right. So Werner von Kerman, chief rocketry engineer. This is the vehicle assembly building where we build all spacecraft and later roll them out to the launch pad for flight. Pretty impressive, isn't it? It is. It is very impressive. All right, so let's see. I think we got it. I see we've got quite a bit of new materials in here too, like an MTM stage. It's a MOHO transfer module, which houses a control core and a generously sized xenon tank. Interesting. Okay, well, we're going to start here with the Probenine rover system, I guess. Core. And it does have the NASA logo on it, which is really cool. Let's do this. We don't need a seat. In fact, this is specifically a unmanned mission. So, essentially, we're just going to have to control it from here at home with I believe it was like a 7-minute delay. So, we won't have any of that. I guess we should start with the wheels. Let's start with the wheels because that's what I think a lot of people notice first. I don't know if I want to do the Rovemax wheels. They do look the most similar to the wheels that NASA uses. Unless you use... Oh, geez, these are huge. Nah, so we'll definitely have to use these. So, let's see. Yeah, that should work. So, we're going to try to put them on either side. Unfortunately, actually, you know what? It would probably be easier if we switched over to this area because symmetry is a lot easier to handle in this configuration, and then we'll head back over to the VAB to build the rocket. Cargo. Huh. This is new. I guess the game got an update since the last time we played, and there's like a lot of new stuff that you can do, like cargo on your astronauts and things like that. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. Okay, here we go. So now we might actually be able to put these on here properly. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, and I want them to be properly spaced. So, like right about there, and then we'll see if we can find a bit of symmetry. Right about there looks good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? So far, so good? I think it's working out pretty well. Okay, so let's also see about... Well, we're going to need to do science when we get there, of course. So we should definitely get a surface scanning module. Probably just one. They're pretty big. So let's try... Can we grab just one? That's weird. Why can't we grab just one? I only want one. What? Okay. Maybe we won't then. Maybe we'll just have these. Let's see. What are these anyway? Alright, let's put 2 of those in the back. Is that the back or the front? I think that's going to be the back. I think this will be the back. So yeah, so we got some gravioli detectors. We're going to need... Oh, no, sorry. Those are barometers. My bad. So those are barometers. We're going to need some of these gravioli detectors. Yeah, that looks pretty sick. Okay. And we're going to need at least 1 goo container probably on the front, I would imagine. But it looks like it's only going to allow us to get 2. So maybe using 2 as like a front bumper, maybe? We could probably fuse these together, though, a little bit. Kind of like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. I should also probably bring up a design of the actual rover, so that way we know what we're trying to make here. So let's go for it. Here we go. I got a pretty good image that I brought up. Let's see. Trying to find a good image for us to use. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can put I'm gonna see if I can put this image up for you guys as well. Let me see here real quick. Let's see. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Yeah, then I can just put this down here for you guys. There we go. What do you think? Pretty good? I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, so now we've got our image here that we're going to work off of. So, let's see. I know it's got a little robotic arm. Unfortunately, I can't add like a movable joint arm to it. Because the game doesn't... I don't think the game allows for that. At least it didn't last time I played. Let's see. Oh wow, the work lamps look totally different. Oh, these are the new... This is all the new stuff. Oh man, check it out. An EVA repair kit, experiments kit. Unfortunately, all of this is for our astronauts, and we're not going to be doing this time. But man, these look sick. Very cool. Oh man. So yeah, so you have like these little like storage units, but you can grab these items out of this storage unit for your Kerbals. That's pretty wild. Okay, I'll have to go through this and see what all new kind of stuff that we have here. Because there's a lot of new stuff. Ooh, what are these? Are they just like flag panels? That's crazy. Oh, and a spotlight. We're definitely gonna need a light. Okay. Craft use navigation lights to make it easier to identify them at night and to tell an observer which side of the craft they are seeing. Oh, okay. So it's nav lights, so it's like green and red. That's really interesting. Oh my gosh. Hey, what's up, NB? Sorry about your wrist, man. That's not good. Safety. Texas has power now. True, true. Yeah, I heard that Texas lost power today. There's something wrong with the grid, I think. Okay, there's a dome light, great for illuminating a small area around your craft, and it can be spotted from far away. Okay. I'm not sure if Perseverance necessarily has too many lights on it, but we can try to see what we can make of it. You know, maybe put them like down here or something. How does that look? That doesn't look very good. Can I get it to kind of snap to a little bit? Yeah, there we go. That'll at least be a little bit better. Yeah, put something on there like that, maybe. Maybe recess it a little bit. Again, I don't think it has lights, but I think it'll be really cool for us to have lights when we get there. Jeez, that's nuts, man. Remember, safety. Let's see. I'm looking at pictures of the rover. It has a little, like, actuator arm, but unfortunately, Kerbal Space Program doesn't really let you have actuating arms. Magnometer. Wait, what? Magnetometer boom. Kerbal scientists know that learning about the magnetic field of a celestial body can yield. Okay, so it's more science. So we're definitely going to want one of these. Or two. Question is, where do we put it on it? I really wish I had a bigger picture. Let me see real quick. See if I can find a bigger blown up image of it, so that way I can get a better idea of what's on it. Sorry about this, guys. I'm just looking for an image real quick to see if I can get like a zoomed in reference of what's going on. Let's see. Whoops. There we go. Okay, this one's gonna be pretty good. Let's see. Zooming in really close. Okay. So yeah, it's basically like all the science is like up here. All the science is up here at the top. So we could definitely use this space for some pretty cool stuff. So let's try. We could try. Oops. Sorry about that. It has these weird like little like flange things that stick out of the back. So I'm thinking we could do something like this, right? And then, but they kind of do this, right? They kind of tilt upwards like that. Let me see. So something like that, maybe? Oh, it's a little off. Ooh, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Because that's kind of what it has in the back of it. Okay. And then it has like an arm that extends out of the front. So I'm thinking the arm kind of. We're going to have to remove these. The arm kind of does this. And I'm thinking I'm going to use an antenna to just kind of replicate that arm a little bit. Because, again, like I said, I don't have anything that would actually be a robotic arm unless I used mods. So I'm thinking, why don't we do this one? Like the high gain antenna, right? but we would only have one of them. I don't know why I can't only, like, why does everything have to be symmetrical? I don't know. Let's try this. Can I get rid of the symmetry? I don't want I don't want not symmetry. Okay, hold on. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's try and go back, and maybe we can ditch the symmetry here. There it goes. Now it'll allow us to do it. What if we go back? Hey, there we go. Okay, so let's get in here on our rover. Ah, why am I not centered? There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so let's do this here, but I'm thinking like this. And that's kind of your robotic arm look-alike, because when you extend it, it'll go like this, right? And that's essentially your arm. And it sits a little bit higher on the body, so we could just do something like this and bring it up. Wait, come on. I need to go up. Go up. Make up. Why am I not clicking this? There we go. There we go. That's better. Okay. So yeah, so like right there is going to be perfect. And then we just have a lot more science modules on the top. And then it looks like the antenna is kind of off to the right. Or not the antenna, but like I don't know how to describe it. Like the camera, I guess. So we'll do that in a second, but I do want to make sure that it has as much science on board as possible. Because we got to be able to do as many experiments as we can, you know? Okay. There we go. Now my thing's working. That helps. Okay, so... but now the camera's not. Here we go. So yeah, maybe something like this would be cool. And then, let's see. We got rid of those goo containers, so we're going to need goo containers again. Yeah, let's do something like that, and then we'll have like a cross-section thing going on too. So we'll have some of these, but instead of being this way, we'll turn them this way, and we'll do like a few of them. Yeah, like something like this. But like that. Just kind of filling in all the available space on the top. Let's see. What are some other science modules we don't have yet? Infrared telescope. I'm thinking about... Oh, this is huge. Oh, never mind. Okay, that one's going to be too big, too. I don't think a survey scanner is a good idea, but there are other antennas that we could put on here as well, because it's going to need to communicate back to Earth somehow. And then we also can't forget about, let's see. I think that'll work. That'll kind of have to work, because unfortunately there's no way to not make this look super clunky, unless I put on like a couple of these maybe. But I think that'll have to be our best bet, because a lot of these, they're just too big. So I think that'll be the best one that we can do. That, or like, yeah, definitely a couple of these would be good, or maybe just one. So let's put that here. How does that look? That looks pretty good. Okay. And then we'll have like one of these too. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So now that we're getting kind of full, we're going to need to make sure that we have plenty of batteries, and then it's also going to need a way to power itself. I think it has... I I don't remember if it uses... I don't think it uses solar. What do you guys think? I don't think it uses solar. Hey, what's up, Nick? Yeah, oh man, you know, I don't think it uses solar to my knowledge. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So it's actually, it says it's using a radioisotope power system. The power source is called multi-mission radioisotope thermoelectric generator. So it's using a generator. So essentially, we actually do have one of those in this game. It's under here, under electric. So what we can do is actually utilize... Oh, where is it? That's weird. Wait, normally we do have it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. This is it, the radioisotope thermoelectric generator. So yeah, we actually have these. That's awesome. And I think I know exactly where to put it. My problem is my camera is being weird now. Let's try and... Let's see. Is there any way to easily turn around? Why is the camera being like this? Very strange. But yes, I'm thinking right back here is a good place for this. I mean, we could put it right, right in between them would be perfect. Something like that. Nah, it's got to be a little further down, I think. Oh, man. That actually pulls that together really well. Let me go back to my notes. Yeah, that looks pretty sharp, not gonna lie. Okay, so far so good. Let's spin the camera back around again. Woo. Okay. Let's do... Camera's being super weird. Sorry, guys. Okay, I think the last thing is going to be that big arm that everybody's familiar with. And I think it can raise and lower, too. But I can't use another one of these to, like, extend it. So I think we're going to have almost like a permanent fixture, unfortunately. I think we're also going to need to add just a couple batteries. I know that it's running off the thermoelectric, but I think a couple batteries wouldn't hurt either. Just to make sure that nothing goes wrong with it. And then also, now that I'm looking at it, this satellite antenna is actually not going to work because we are going to need some way to mount it to our lowering mechanism, and that's not going to go. So... yeah, I think that's going to have to be, this is going to have to kind of be it. Because what's going to end up happening is I think we're going to put a docking port, like a docking port junior, like right there. Yeah. I could actually come up a little bit. There we go. Actually, yeah, we're going to need to make more room for that. So let's go ahead and take these. And we'll just kind of slowly slide them out just a little bit. That'll be okay. Okay. Same with this, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and slide it out. Perfect. Yeah, that's going to look a lot better. And that way you have full access to the docking port as well. So here's the thing, guys. So the thing is, we're not going to be able to utilize the full sky crane the way that it was shown by NASA, because we don't have access to like things like ropes or nylon cord or anything like that in the game. So what's going to end up happening is this is going to be sky crane-esque, where the sky crane is going to drop the rover onto the surface, detach, and then take off and go away and explode. But it's not going to hover and then lower it down via ropes. So that's the only difference. It's just going to be that we're going to have to kind of actually land and then fly away, not, the opposite. So, or not the way that NASA did it, which is with ropes. But still not the end of the world. It's basically, it's almost similar, but not quite. Okay, so I think we could actually get away with putting one battery like maybe right here. What do we think? Like right there? That looks pretty good. I think that works pretty well. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our arm. I'm not sure if I want to use one of these or a different one. I know there's like this one. I think this one's gonna be good, but man, it's super long. Like I need, oh, pocket edition. Nice. Wait, so how does this, let's see. Hey, that's gonna look pretty good. How's that look? Is it pretty straight? I don't know if it's too tall. It'll obviously have to go down just a little bit, but I just want to make sure it's straight. And I also want to make sure that it doesn't pop out the bottom. Let's see, right there? That's pretty good. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, I can go for that. And then we'll just do a little rotation there. Perfect. Oh man, that's pretty solid. I know it's an I-beam, but I can't really think of anything else that would be smaller than that would do quite the same job. So I think that's gonna kind of be our best bet. Hey, so far so good. I think this is coming along really well. So now we got to talk about like what we're gonna use for like the cameras and stuff. And supposedly it actually supposedly Kerbal Space Program does have cameras in it now, but I haven't seen them, so I don't know anything about all that. Oh, and we're also gonna need the autonomy. I forgot completely about the autonomy. So let's go ahead and actually remove this docking port, because we can actually put our remote guidance unit for the rover under it, right? And I just want to make sure that I have the right one on here, so that I have full like unmanned remote control. This looks like it would be pretty good, right? It is upside down though. There we go. Okay, and then we could lower it down just a little bit, like right there, and then put the docking port back on, is what I'm thinking. Oh, I don't want that. I want snapping. Can we snap to it? Hey, all right. And see, that'll kind of elevate that a little bit too. So you kind of have your brain in here, and then you have the thing. I hope this one will work. We probably will want to test it here on Earth first to make sure that we can remote control it, and then we'll send it out to Mars. So yeah, so far so good. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and, well, we're not going to test it yet. What we're going to do is we're going to finish building the antenna. I see like nav lights and things like that. I remember these old lights, but like these new dome lights and stuff are new, which is really cool. Man, oh man, I cannot. External radio mount camera. There we go. Nice. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, so we got to kind of make like this box though that they kind of exist in. I don't know if I want to use a fuel tank or if there's some other like modular device that I can use to act as kind of the head unit on here. Let's see. Oh, here's all the RCS stuff. Don't mind me just kind of like looking through all the the random bits and bobs that we have to see if anything kind of matches up with what we're looking for here. Hmm. EVA fuel cylinder. Interesting. Okay. I'm glad we have these cameras. That's gonna be really cool. Like really, really cool. Sorry guys, I'm drawing a little bit of a blank because I want to make sure. Maybe the experiment storage container? Yeah, that's actually gonna look pretty good. Not gonna lie. Oh, actually, well, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It might be too thick. Let's see. I wish I could rotate this around. I really can't. Let's see. Is there any way I could rotate it? How do I rotate my camera? I'm not sure. We'll just have to do this, unfortunately. Okay. So maybe if I brought it back, what do you guys think? What do we think? Is that pretty good, or should I? Do you think I should use something else? I don't know. I think it looks pretty dope, right? I don't know. Is that too wide, or do we think it like that actually looks similar to how it is? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's too big. That's my problem. Because the other one, it doesn't look that big. It looks like it's a lot smaller. So I'm afraid that this is going to be too large in size. But I also don't want to use like a wing or anything to kind of give it that shape. Because you want some kind of, I don't know, head to it, I guess. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think? It's got like one eye over here on the side. And it's going to be recessed for sure. Let's see. How far in can we go? I don't know if that's too far in, though. That looks okay. Yeah, that looks okay. Okay, and then there's kind of like a small bit underneath as well. With different sensors and cameras and stuff. So let's try and go for, like, I would love to use this infrared telescope because I think that would be a really cool camera, but unfortunately the thing is absolutely massive. I mean, it's basically the size of our entire vehicle here. So I think that's going to be out of the question. I wonder if we shouldn't use, like, one of these dome lights. Like, maybe we could do, like, light bars on the side and then dome lights up here on the top. Like a dome light, but it kind of is it's like a dome light camera hybrid. Let me see. So let's try and do that. Let's see how that would look. So let's put the dome light up there, and the other ones should be off on the other side. Yes. Okay, cool. Because I saw these really cool light bars here, the little light strips that are, like, perfect. And I think they'll go, yeah, they kind of go like that, essentially. I don't know how these look, though. I've never used them before. Oh, it's kind of recessed a little bit. Hold on. Let me see if I can... Oh, that's better. That's better. Yeah, just like that. Is that symmetrical? No. Of course not. Alright, right about there looks to be center, right? I think so. Nah, maybe. Oh, God. It's okay. No, stop. I just want to grab the light strip. No! Light strip, thank you. Dear goodness. Okay. Yeah, I want to go like right in the center of everything. That'll be good. I've never used one of these. Like I said, I want to see how they look. Oh, that's cool. Wait, you can make them blink? I can't really tell the difference. Oh, blink on. Oh, okay. Wait. Hey, there we go. Oh, that's fun. I like that. That's neat. I enjoy that. Very cool. Okay. So let's do that, and then let's also take that dome light like we had, and we're going to actually... We're going to take the camera off, right? We're going to take the dome light, and we're only going to have one. And it's going to be... like this. And again, I wish I could... Yeah, that looks more like it. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is just put this... Oh, no. Can I not? Wait. Oh, no. I got this. Watch this. I got this. Okay, we just do this. And we do this. Yeah. Oh, no. Can we not put it right in the middle? Oh, why can't we put it right in the middle? Oh, man. It's a bummer. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Give me this. Give me this back. Okay. So, what if we put it, like, right here? And then we brought it down. Oh, don't slide over there. Oh, no, it snaps over there for some reason. I don't like that. Oh, man. It really got to be like this, huh? Oh. So, how come I can do that, but then I can't... Oh, wait. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing there. But for some reason, this is... Oh, there we go. How's that look? Okay, it needs recessed, of course, but still. Okay. Oh. Okay, then. Wait, hold on. God, why are these cameras impossible to move? Okay. There we go. That's a little bit better, kind of. Okay, so I want to know, like, can I put it right in the middle? How do I get it right in the middle? How is this impossible? Wait, what if I try to move the light? This is not, no. Okay. Oh, hey, there we go. Okay. I can work with that. I can work with that. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, man, that's cool. Okay, I'm cool with it. Nice. So, I guess the next question is, we should try to launch this thing. My problem is, okay, so this headstock here, it looks perfect, right? It really does look very similar, I think, to the actual reference image that I'm going off of. So my only problem is, because it's not extendable, I don't know how I'm gonna connect the sky crane to this. I don't have a clue. We may have to do some kind of, I don't know, some kind of work with it, I think. Because basically there's going to be let me see. So we're going to have to do this. There's going to be a connector here. It's going to work like that. The problem is, sky crane is going to need to hang over this, kind of, right? So I'm thinking, hello, Shortline. How you doing, friend? I'm thinking that we're going to need to do Let me see. Oh, good to hear, man. Yeah, we're recreating the rover. Oh, I'm doing great, man. We made it to Mars today. That's super, super exciting. So I'm paying my homage to the wonderful experts over at NASA for getting us another rover on Mars by doing what I hope to be a pretty faithful recreation of their work. Something I was just mentioning as you came in, unless you've been here for a while, is this is a stiff neck. It can't fold down, so Sky Crane's gonna have to look a little bit different, and we don't have the ropes, right? Like the it's, what is it, nylon paracord? I don't know. It's the ropes that Sky Crane would use to lower the rover down. We don't have that in Kerbal Space Program, so, and because this is a stiff neck and can't be folded away, I kind of got to get creative now with how I'm going to attach Sky Crane to the rover to get it onto the ground. I think what we should do is we should test this out, right? So let's call it Perseverance. We'll save it, and we'll give it a little test. Specifically, I don't think I want to test on the runway. I think I want to... Wait, how did I open that menu up? Open the menu. How did... Okay, there we go. Desert airfield, island airfield, runway. I guess I have no choice but to do it on the runway. Okay. Yeah, let's save it and test it. Let's give it a shot. We'll see how it works. I'm in the early stages of planning a big Kerbal mission to Duna. Nice, dude. Yeah, hopefully we get to Duna today. That would be opportune. I think this looks pretty good. I think it's a pretty solid recreation of ignore the docking port, obviously. I'm just testing to see, like, this docking port would basically go away, right? I just want to see how this rover looks and works on the ground. Wow, it's actually really stable. Those NASA people know what they're doing. Look at this bad boy. Oh man, we're doing so much science down here. This is great. I like this. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. It's interesting to see how the wheels kind of bend all, like, I don't know. Like, I think, actually, shouldn't these wheels be inverted? Or do they not steer at all? I'm not sure, actually. I don't know how those wheels work. The center of mass must be in the dead center. Dude, look at this thing. It, like, doesn't crash. Like, it doesn't crash at all. This thing is so stable. It's awesome. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I just will disable the steering for the middle column, and then the rest will just kind of stay in their kind of pivotal form like this. But man, this thing is rock solid for sure. Like, brakes, full acceleration. I mean, this is really, really nice. Like, this is one of the nicer rovers that I've built, and figures it would be a recreation. Cheat it to Duna? No, we can't cheat. We gotta do it for real. Oh, true. Yeah, that's true, actually. Nah, we can't cheat. We gotta do it all in one take. I'll test it when I get there. That's the thing. I love that we're at 69 meters though. That's a nice altitude. Anyway. Yeah, let's recover this vessel, and we're gonna start working on Sky Crane. Hello, sleep paralysis demon. How you doing, friend? All right, so let's start working on Sky Crane. We got the gist of the rover done. Now we got to work on the Sky Crane. So I need to look at how, because I am almost positive that both of them were in a fairing that went to Mars, right? And then they popped out of the fairing with a, like, what is it called? Like the plate, right? Yeah, I absolutely did. It was super awesome. I was really excited about it. That's what inspired me to do this live stream today. Yeah, but I think so we have our rover, and then we're gonna make the sky crane, which I think we will switch back over to the VAB for that. And like I said, I think I'm gonna have a little like adapter piece, kind of like, oh, that's too small. I don't know. How's this? We're getting there. I don't want to have too many of those though, because like it actually won't be stable. This one will probably do it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, something like that, and then now we slightest hair. I just need it to go. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's right where I need that. Oh, I probably should have actually wait. Let me move that back. Let me move the entire probe body back that same distance. Yeah, that's perfect. And that gets it right off the little head to make for a smooth disconnect when we get to Duna. That's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna do that. Okay, I need to look at Sky Crane. I don't know. Oops. True story. If you scroll up off screen, you scroll in real life. Let me see. Sky Crane. It looks pretty simple in theory. Right, it's basically just, let me see. Yeah, let me see. So Sky Crane looks, in my mind, like very, very simple, okay, to make, especially in Kerbal Space Program. So I think what we're going to want to do is we're probably going to use like a fuel tank, and then we're just going to build fuel tanks off of it also. Because the idea of Sky Crane, right, is just to be your descent module. So you're going to just want tons of fuel. Like, that's just the... Ooh, that's too much. Well, the other bad thing, too, is, like, because it is our descent vehicle, we are going to want... it's our... Well, okay, so here's the funny thing. It's not our descent stage... Well, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It basically is like our landing stage, but it's not our descent stage, right? So we will be ditching another engine on top of this as well. So you really don't need much. You just basically need to get down to the surface and be able to hover. You've used poorly built sky cranes for Mun and Mimus rovers before? They are really fun to use. Oh, true, man. That's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking like... this would be like a good fuel tank to start with, and then I'm thinking it's got like a framework mesh around it, but in reality, well, not in reality, but in Kerbal Space Program, we could probably get away with a lot here, and take quite a bit of liberties. Hello, Gabriella, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think we could take quite a bit of liberties with the way we design the Sky Crane, because it's gonna be a lot easier. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out exactly what modules I want to use. Like this fuselage could be pretty cool. Oh dang it! the age-old problem. It's too big. Let's do this. Let's do this by size. That'll help me kind of figure out what pieces will go with what and things like that. Actually, this would be... Oh, it's too big. Darn! Because it kind of... I'm just looking at a picture here. And in fact, I'll try to put up a picture of Sky Crane for your guys' reference as well. Let's see. Oh, I forgot about the little helicopter. We also have to make a little helicopter, but unfortunately there's no rotor blades in Kerbal Space Program, so we're gonna make like a tiny drone that's run off of I don't know. It wouldn't really be Xenon. Well, it could be run off Xenon, because Xenon uses electric, kind of. We don't really have like full electric things, unfortunately. in Kerbal Space Program. I'll figure it out after I get the after I get the sky crane done. Okay. Unfortunately, there's not a ton of pictures of just sky crane. It's up. I'm putting this on you guys though. Make sure I don't forget to make a little drone before we leave. That's very important. Okay, let's see. Is this? That's not a very good picture either. I need like a high res image. I don't know. A lot of these aren't very good. Okay, we'll use this one. It's not very good. I'm gonna warn you now. Just so you know. For your records. But yeah, so there we go. Let's try and bring that up for you guys. There we go. So hopefully you guys can see that. Basically, it's just I don't know. It's just a framework thing with. Yeah, with engines popping out of it. So I'm thinking like, well, it's got to be, so it has to be liquid fuel and oxidizer. It can't just be liquid fuel. So these aren't going to work because they're usually like airplane parts. But I really want to use these, but like they're huge. So that's not going to work for me either. So now I'm kind of just stuck with like the really, really little engines. Could use the baguette. How's the baguette look? That's not bad. I mean, there's no gold on Sky Crane, but we're kind of drawing at straws here a little bit for what we can actually use. Because yeah, that's the same size tank. Okay, so we may have to go with the baguette, unfortunately. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. So I'm thinking like 4 of these bad boys, and they're all gonna kind of face outwards like this, and then we're gonna slide them in as well. So they are gonna slide inwards. Also, I think, how does that look? Like if I put them like, I'm constantly referencing the source material over on the right. Maybe something like that. What do you guys think? And then maybe we'll slide them in. Oops. That's too far. Okay. Maybe like that. I don't know. I'm drawing at straws here just a little bit. It's getting complicated now. That won't look too bad. He says, looking completely awful. Actually, wow. Wait. How did these turn so bad? Wait. We got this. How did these get so off center? Wait. Okay, hold on. Start over. Fresh start. Alright. That didn't look very good. I want it to be symmetrical at least. Okay. Now, oh god, okay. Get out of here. Let's get a new one. Ugh, gross. Okay, is that right? That looks right. Okay, that's cool. All right, so this time we're gonna use these tools a little bit better. So something about that pitch angle, I'm thinking. And then down slightly. I want to go in, but the problem is it's kind of like, okay, we have to do this, then this, and hope that it doesn't get too far off. What do you guys think about that? Or nah, probably in further. And up maybe. I don't know. That's not too terrible. I'm thinking like right in there. Yeah, the idea too is just to make sure that we have plenty of fuel. And then of course I'm gonna have connector. Wow, look how big these connectors are. Holy cow. So realistically we're building in very small scale, which is cool. Actually, okay, so I'm going to place these and then I'm going to replace them. So essentially, also, this is going to be, you need your inside fuel to flow outwards to your engines, right? So we're going to do that as connectors as well. But the truss structure on the sides, wait, the baguette is shaped the most like tanks, but the truss structure on the sides, put the tanks in and then slide them in. Fair. True. So you're thinking like a truss with, because I was thinking about just putting the, I know there's like metal framing, but like I feel like that's just going to be added, because with Kerbal Space Program, you could just basically snap these to this. So I feel like we would just be adding extra weight to make the framing look the most accurate. You think we should add the framing even though it would add more weight theoretically? That's what I'm wondering. See, because with KSB, like they basically just snap together. But if we add the frame, it would look more like the original, you know, Sky Crane itself. So I don't know. I'll ponder that one while I'm working on the rockets. Because I'm obviously thinking of the Twitch engines. I mean, basically, like looking at this thing, obviously, like I'm looking at other images as well. But anytime you see it, it just immediately looks like either the red Twitch engines or there's a couple other engines that look like it too. We're not running monopropellant, so we're not going to use the puff. And I think the spider is going to be too small. There's also the Bobcat, because that's kind of like a twin engine design as well. But I think that thing's a monster. I mean, yeah, for sure. So that's not going to work. So I'm thinking definitely these. Yeah, I'm gonna hold. I think I'm gonna hold off on the frame, to be honest. Despite the fact that it would look more realistic, I think I have to go with the fact that it's because Kerbal Space Program will allow us to get away with it. I'm gonna try to get away with it. Okay. Now, my fear with these is that my angle of attack is going to be off in trying to recreate, because they kind of shoot out, right? They don't really, you know what I mean? They kind of do this. And I just want to make sure that my vector's right. But I think that these, yeah, these have a gimbal in them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And you get a little more play out of them since we're using the gimbal. Now, this is obviously going to need to go a little bit more even. I think that looks pretty good. That's not bad. That's not... Oh. That's not bad. I know it's off here, right? It's higher here than here. But if you look at the engines themselves, they're even, right? And I mean, these could even kind of go down just a little bit. Like maybe they're just not pointed correctly. Like that. It's so tricky. It's definitely a fine art. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, I think that's gonna be our best bet. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty sick. That's a pretty... Okay, well... These kind of need to point, I guess realistically we need to be pointing down, don't we? If we're being totally real. These should also point down. I'm thinking that's pretty sick. What do you guys think? I'm thinking that's gonna do it. I'm thinking that's gonna do it. It can show you the center of gravity on the engine. Oh, that's the other thing too. We don't have any autonomy on this yet. So we're going to have to include that as well. I was also thinking about taking this main tank and sliding it down over the framework a little bit. Get it a little closer. Well, not that close, but a little closer to the body. I think that'll be pretty good. My only thing is I almost want these thrusters to go in a little closer, but to be fair, I mean, this one's going to be like hitting right against that. So maybe not. What do we think? I think it looks pretty good. Like, again, this head would be obviously tucked away nice and safe and not getting the full blast of these bad boys, but what are you going to do, you know? I could tilt them out a little bit. I could take all of these and just kind of just a little bit. Keep the thrust off of it a little bit better. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, I think that looks pretty sharp, actually. Okay, so let's start working on the autonomy, because unfortunately, this also needs to be fully. Well, here's the thing, right? Allegedly, not allegedly, actually, both of these vehicles. Well, okay, one of these vehicles is fully autonomous, right? It actually had no human assistance with its operation whatsoever. But unfortunately, with Kerbal Space Program, we don't have that luxury. So we have to put a core on here somehow. And I'm not sure which core would be the best. I think this one is really good from what I've seen in the past. And then we're also going to need to put some... Oh gosh, what am I thinking? We're going to need to put some power. We're going to need power. I don't know what powers the sky crane. I don't know if it's just batteries or... Because there's no solar on it. And apparently there's the isotope, which is what we put back here for anybody who's just joining us, to power the rover. So I don't know what powers the sky crane. So I would just imagine throwing another isotope on it. Or we could put a battery cell on it that's kind of recessed. Like, we'll recess both of these into each other. And then maybe covered in solar panels. I don't know. We're obviously going to try to land on the day side of Duna as well, so that could work. Or we don't do that and we do the isotope. I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think would be the best option? I'm thinking isotope, right? And then you just take this bad boy and just recess. The good old Kerbal ingenuity way. And go for something like that. Now you got all your parts included. Yeah, that's looking pretty sharp. I'm digging this. I think this is epic. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think are we done? Is this it? Is this the whole bit done? I don't know what the delta V on this thing is at all. I'll be totally honest with you. I have no idea what the delta V of the sky crane is. And I never gave this a name either, but that's fine. We'll just save it all as Perseverance. The whole ship's gonna be Perseverance at this point. I'm wondering how I can do, like, because this is connected to here. I'm just trying to think of how I could do the framework, the like heat shield and stuff, because we're gonna need a heat shield for re-entry to Mars. Oh. Wait, does that just work? Wait, why? So if I just right-click it, it'll just pop off? Wait, what does the shroud do? I don't actually know what the shroud does. That's interesting. So I just want it to be a little further off the base of the rover, but I don't want anything stuck to the rover when it lands. And I think we could actually go a size down. Maybe not. I don't know. That'll be close. I think this will be the size that we're going to want. I think this one's going to be too big. And then obviously I want to put a shield over this, but I don't know what to add to the bottom of the rover that would make it be able to decouple. Because I want it to completely, like, I want this to be the final product at the bottom of the rover. I don't want, like, all these weird, like, dangly bits that hang on to it. So, I don't know. Actually, I don't know how it was packaged. Now that I think about it. Like, was it sky crane down? You guys know what I mean? Like, what if it re-entered from the sky crane and then it did a rotation once it passed through the upper atmosphere and turned around and went bottom down, and then you could use the sky crane to slow down? So what if the heat shield was up here? I don't know. I actually, because the thing was too with the rover, it was packaged away, and unfortunately, I don't think. Yeah, you can't tuck in these wheels. They don't fold up. So, well, I have a diagram here. Let me see if I can pull up this diagram. Oh, there was a better picture of the sky crane. That would have helped. Okay, then. That's fine. It's so funny, though. I'm actually going to show you guys this picture because it really does look like what we just made. So let me go ahead and throw this up here for you guys. Yeah, check this out. It actually looks like what we just created. Like, just looking at this image and then going back to our vessel, this is a pretty close representation of that in Kerbal Space Program, I think. And again, that's why I really don't want to get rid of this part. Right underneath the rover, because it is smooth. It's smooth underneath there. So I don't know. Okay, let me see if I can bring up the other image for you guys of the of like the transition, right? So let's see if I can get that for you. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at now. I want to make sure that I follow this as close as possible. So let me see here real quick. Because let me see. I need to zoom in on it because it's really, really small for me. But it does look like it drops out of the fairing, wheels down. So that's unfortunately going to be what we're going to need to do. So let's find out how we're going to do that. Okay, so it looks like the fairing just like pops off and it's just like sitting in there. But I need it to be significantly lower than where it is. In a weird way, I almost need like a docking port to be like right here. But I need the docking port to completely decouple from the... Let's see, can I use this? No, not really. Yeah, like this. Something like this would be cool. Yeah, and then you have your heat shield that goes around it, right? And it kind of goes out and up and around. And that's what we're going to do. And that's going to follow this design here, right? And we're gonna put like a cone around it. So that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna try to test this on the ground before we leave to make sure I can actually decouple this. But that looks pretty good. I would say so far so good. This is solid progress right here. Now would this be better? No, probably not, right? Because it feels like it's really far away from the structure now, but that should be fine. Okay. I might be overthinking this part. Let's see. Let's just do a quick little test. Because that's really close to those wheels. I don't know if I like that much. But this does fit that perfectly. And we would have our shield around it. I think that looks pretty good, considering that the entire decoupler is coming off anyway. Like, once the shield's gone, I'm taking the whole decoupler with me, so that might not be the worst idea in the world. Okay, we'll hang on to this. But yeah, now I'm talking about getting the shroud. Oh, that one's gonna be too big. Yeah, something like this, right? And then it basically just, like, it's gonna go up a little bit. I'm trying to make it as close to the real thing as possible here. What do we think? That's looking pretty good, not gonna lie. All things considered. Because, like, if you look at it, let me see, what's the image look like? It may not protrude out nearly as far, but I had to get out and around the wheels to get there. So we may redo it just so it doesn't go completely that far out from the wheels, because it looks like it only really goes out about, I don't know, maybe about that far. I just want to make sure that man, that's tricky. Let me see that image again. Oh, man. Okay, so you kind of have to go... I mean, you got to go out far enough so that it can do the job, you know? All right, let's... Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty... no. Hold on. It's going to have to go up to there, and then it can close. Like that. It's kind of almost what we just had, but that's fine. I think this is going to be our best design, to be honest with you. And then you just put your heat shield right here. I don't know. Is that too small? I think it's going to be fine. I think it'll be just fine. Okay. Yeah. Because you got your heat shield. This is where the ablator's going to hit. I think a bigger one would be overkill. Something that size, I think that would be just way too big. Unless, I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, that's looking sharp. That's not looking bad at all. It's a thought. I don't know. It's a thought. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking we're probably actually going to need to go with the smaller one. Just because it would be more uniform, I think. Yeah, something like that. And then we could just clip right into it. I think that's going to work. Now we just got to get there. So now we're on the get you there stage. So here's the thing, right? We're going to need to look up our good old Delta V calculator. And then I also need to know how much Delta V we actually have. So for that, I'm going to want... I think I have something for this, actually. Oh, no, that's VR. Kerbal alarm clock. Hey, there we go. Kerbal engineer. I don't know. Let me see. I need total Delta V, though. Delta V 1128. Okay. So let's look up our Duna Delta V. And find out how much total Delta V we're going to need to get all the way out to Duna. So let's do that now. Let's see. So we're going from Kerbal, which is our Earth lookalike in the game. And to get into geostationary orbit, wait, let me see here. How do I do this? I want to go to Duna surface. A mission from Kerbal to the surface of Duna requires a delta V of 5540 meters per second. Now, I also should mention we're not exactly going to get a perfect window here unless we wait. So we'll have to see what we can do about getting a good window to get all the way out there. But it should be pretty good. Okay, let me go ahead and take the image off. Sorry about that. So, yeah, let's go. Let's do... Okay, so we're going to need the landing stage. I don't know... Let me look up the details. Okay, here we go. So... to get down to the surface of Duna, it says it's only going to take maybe like 300 meters per second of delta V. I don't even know. I think we have like 1100 meters per second just in the top just in the sky crane alone. But honestly, I'm okay with that because if we take too much delta V, darn. At least we got there. At least we completed the mission, right? So let's do. I needed a decoupler. That's what I need. I was trying to remember what they were called. Okay. Oh, that's a docking port. Okay. Let's put this here. Yep, that looks good. And then we're gonna need a tank for this. I think it's gonna be about this size. Yeah, that's not too bad. This size is usually the best for these kind of rendezvous engine things. And in the past, the Poodle engine was one of the best for this phase of flight. But I'm not actually seeing it anymore. I think they actually retextured it. Let me see. Where's the Poodle engine? Does it not exist anymore? Did they remove from the game? There's the mainsail looking totally different. It used to be orange, just like the skipper. Wolfhound Poodle. But it's not... Oh, but it's totally different. It used to have like a single nozzle on it. I used to love that engine. But I mean, this should work just fine for us. It's 250 kilonewtons of thrust. That should be more than enough to take us down to the surface. So how much delta V do we have so far? 2,000. So we're at 2,000 meters per second. We need a total of, I think I said 5580, or no, 5543. So far so good. We're doing really well. Okay. So let's duplicate this stage, but instead of this engine now, because that's going to be kind of our get you there / descent stage, right? And the good news is we don't have to have a return mission. We're basically just going, dropping, and staying. We don't have to come back. So let's try to This is gonna be, oh gosh, that's huge. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go up a stage here because we are gonna need some fuel. We're also gonna need to move up. We have a lot going on for us right now. So let's move this bad boy on up. And no, bigger. Much bigger. We're going to Mars, for goodness sake. Okay, so 3 of these should be pretty good. And then we're gonna need a lift stage. Now, the Atlas V literally ran off 1 engine, but it's so big that it actually was able to get us all the way to Mars. So I'm thinking, see, even a mainsail is gonna look, or that's the skipper, but even a mainsail is gonna look tiny compared to these fuel tanks. So I don't know. Is it the Mammoth? Are we going Mammoth? Or we could go Rhino. The Mammoth is 4,000 kilonewtons. The Rhino is 2,000. I think to replicate the Atlas, we should go for the Rhino. And then also, the Atlas has 4 solid stage boosters on it as well. My only fear is that not having an additional stage to circularize and also, like I'm afraid that the Poodle won't have enough in its stage to get us there. But it might. It says it only needs, from the edge of Kerbal to Duna, it only needs 1,045 meters per second. And it looks like the Poodle has that, because I don't know where this 7,000 came from. That's weird. Are we at a total of 7,000 already? There's no way. But it looks like the Poodle had over 1,000. Hey, what's up, Bob Lazy? Oh, that's totally fine, man. Hey, I mean, I'm surprised that I'm honestly surprised that there aren't more people, but it's all good. I think that we're doing pretty well though so far. I'm making a lot of progress towards the mission. Here's our rover. So we got the rover here, and then we've got the sky crane on top of that. So, and then we got the Poodle engine in between to kind of get us there. It's not okay. Well, I mean, I can't change it though. I don't know how to get more people to want to watch. I think it's pretty cool. I think what I'm doing is pretty fun. So let's see. We're gonna need winglets, but I think these winglets might be too small. I don't know. These might be pretty good. I do want 4 though. I don't want just regular symmetry. So we'll have to work on that. But like I was saying, so we basically need to have the solid stage boosters. Give money away like Mr. Beast? You have to have money to give money. I absolutely would. I would give money away like no tomorrow if I was in Mr. Beast's position, but unfortunately I don't have that kind of money because I don't have any sponsors. Let's see. Thoroughbred. Oh, wow. So they added new boosters to the game. That's interesting. Ah, the good old Thumper. I think we are going to have, what's the Pollux? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Oh, they renamed these. I don't think they used to be called the Kickback Engine. Clydesdale. These things are nuts. They remind me of the boosters for the shuttle. I think these are gonna be our best bet. That or maybe like these, because this is kind of reminiscent of what the Atlas has. Like they're not super huge, but they're big enough. I don't know how much delta V these give. What are these? The Thumpers? 300 kilonewtons in space, 250 on the ground. Solid fuel is 820. But I'm not sure what kind of delta V they give off. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so let's put 4 of these on. I don't know why it won't let me do the 4, but that's okay. Okay, so let's throw these on here. And let's throw these on here. There we go. And I'll slide them up. They'll go up. There we go. That'll be perfect. That looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, it kind of looks like the Atlas a little bit. I could put them in tighter, I guess. Instead of having the large ones, have the smaller ones. Like these. I don't know, but I've always had better luck with the wider radials. My question is, I don't know what our Delta V's looking like right now. So we have all of these, and usually they launch this one at the same time, which I just think is burning more fuel. But I guess you need the additional boost, maybe. I'm not sure. So let's see. We'll stage sep there, then we'll sep there, then there, then there. And there. Not bad. Okay, cool. Okay, so in total, how much do we have? 45.29? That's not going to be nearly enough, unfortunately. Because how much did I say we needed? We needed 55.43. So, oh man, where are we going to get an extra 1,000 Delta V? That's what I was thinking. I think the Poodle stage actually is, in theory, too small. Let me see, because there's even fuel in this. So, I think the Poodle's going to need to be one tank size larger. And I'm not going to add 2 tanks. There's usually a little bit of extra give when you have... Oops, nope. When you use... Well, I don't want to use the adapter. I already used the adapter. This one. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, how's that doing? 43.34. Wait, oh, but it's probably... Yeah, the staging's messed up again. Okay. So it should be these two and these two, right? Yeah, so it's these two and these two. Then separation, but we should also get a separation here. And then I don't think this one's got to go here. Yeah, so to there, then there. Well, that's not going to work. What? No. Oh my goodness. No, stop. Go there. And then go down here. There we go. Okay, so we got these 4, then the main, and the main one. Then we're separating all 4, probably at the same time, I would imagine. Then we're going to decouple, have the Poodle run, decouple again, then fairing sep, and then landing stage. Did I get that right? Man, we're still short though. How did we end up? Wait, how did we add fuel and still end up with less Delta V? But yet we have the same amount of thrust. I don't know how many stages were on the Atlas. Hold on. Let's see. I want to know like what the Atlas rocket was using. Maybe we do need better boosters. Maybe these boosters are trash. Let's try for bigger boosters. Okay. Maybe the thoroughbreds will be our better mark of success. Let's try it. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now, what did that get us? Okay, now we're talking. We're starting to get there now. Okay. I know NASA didn't do it this way. I don't know why they do it this way, but they in Kerbal Space Program, if you launch your main booster after the solid states, right? If you do this one after the solid states, you'll usually get a lot more Delta V. Like now we have 5,800 Delta V, which is more than enough. So I think this is gonna be our rocket right here. The only thing I can see now is we need to make sure that we have we may want to put them like this. We may want to put them like straight up and down. so that way they, let's see. It's a little higher up, but it's not that bad. Yeah, so we may want to put these like this. Yeah, something like that. I think they're level. They almost look level. I wish I had quad symmetry, but I don't know why it's not doing it. Okay. Not quite, huh? All right, let's let's use our exact tool here. There we go. That looks a little bit better. How do these look? It's not that bad. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna need the little separation rockets to help these boosters fall away. But I think we're about ready to go to Mars. Yeah, this should do the job, no problem. All right. Yeah, I think this will more than do the job. I think this will take care of it. So yeah, so we're gonna need these separators, and then that's gonna be it. So they should be, yeah, these little guys. So what these do is they help the boosters separate once they're done. And this is not gonna be fun because I'm probably, well, no, actually, okay, that wasn't that bad. Okay, cool. I thought I was gonna have to place them all by hand. Okay. Yeah, and then we just rotate them around. Okay, that's not bad. I could deal with this. There we go. Cool. Yeah, this is going surprisingly well for placing these down. Okay, and then we just have the one booster left. Sweet, okay. And then we just need to make sure that all of these end up in the right staging. Yeah, so like this needs to go down here, this one needs to go down here, and then you have these four and this, and then these all need to be, so all of these, I don't remember how to select all of these. Is it shift? I don't remember how to select all of these. But basically, all of these boosters need to go in the same thing. Okay, we'll just have to do it by hand. So all of these need to go into this staging right here. Alright, and I think that's gonna be it. So, we should be ready to go to Mars. Let's go ahead and save it. And take one last look at our rocket. I think the last thing... Oh! I told you guys to remind me earlier, and you totally forgot to remind me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to make the little drone. I totally forgot about making the little drone. Oh man, okay. Question is, how are we going to add the little drone to the rover so that way it can take off when we get there? We're obviously going to need some kind of decoupler because it's going to come with us, but we're also going to need to like let it go at the same time. So let's see what we can do about a little decoupler first. Let's see. I need like the tiniest decoupler. Will this one be good? Kind of a little bit. We could have it in a funny way. We could have it just pop off here off the back. Okay. And now we just need our tiny little, like the tiniest little drone. I'm not sure how we want to propel it. I was hoping for something like electric. Like that's what I was shooting for. Was some electrical type ship, right? So that way we wouldn't have to have it be powered by anything. But unfortunately, there's really nothing in Kerbal Space Program that allows for electric propulsion. So the tiniest liquid fuel engines that I have are these, but then we also have the Xenon, which use next to nothing. And they are electric propulsion. So that's a thought. Or there's these tiny little spider engines that generate 2 kilonewtons of thrust. These also generate, what do these generate? 20? I don't think we need 20. I think 20 would be complete overkill. Let's see. These are... Okay, they're the same. Are they the same weight? They are. So they're basically just, this is how you would do it. So let's try this. Let's do, I need a tiny little remote controller as well. I want to know, what does this do? It's a much more advanced guidance system. Battery supply is very limited. It does require more power to run than, I think, this one. But we need it to be as small as possible. And I think because it's a little rectangle, we should do this little rectangular one. So let's do that. So let's do this, and it's gonna need power. So this one's gonna be interesting. It's gonna run off of like solar, because there's no way that we can put an engine on this thing. Unless we absolutely just stuck it right in the middle of it. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world, but I think the engine's very heavy. It's 0.08 tons. I don't know if it would have enough lift to generate enough power. Boy, oh boy, this is tricky. This is tricky. Because I want it to be electric. I do want it to be electric. Let's put some on here. Oh. Once again, the symmetry gets me. Okay. There and here. On the top. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Okay, and then... I think I do want it powered by Xenon, though. Because, again, it's electric powered. So, let's try and do that. And it's gonna need a lot of juice. And we don't have any... The problem is we don't have any fuel for it either. So let me see what kind of Xenon tanks we have. Okay, we have these radial ones. This is a monopropellant tank, and this is a drain valve. So I think this container is going to be our best bet. Hey, what's up, Stepsack? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, my dude. All right, let's put both of these in. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, then. I had a feeling it wasn't going to be easy. I just didn't know how difficult it would be. I mean, obviously the easier way would be to just decouple it and build it down here and then bring it back up to the top. So, the reason I'm even doing this, just to catch you up, you didn't see the launch? Oh no, that's the worst. Yeah, man, the launch was super awesome. But yeah, so basically, oh wait, what did I do with my Xenon tank? I had a Xenon tank up here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Cool. So I'll explain everything that you missed up until this point in just 1 second. But right now I'm working on a weird alternate for the drone that they took because there's no propellers in Kerbal Space Program, so we kind of have to just make do with what we have, which unfortunately is xenon-powered gas. But this will be the idea, right? They're just testing how drones will work. So this is going to be that. This is basically just going to be a drone test. I'm also going to... I think I am going to put that thing on there, to be honest with you. The little radioisotope. That way it'll never run out of power. Where is it? Wait, it should be down here. Yeah, this way it just never runs out of power. Okay. And then we just grab this, put it on there, and then we move it up just a little bit. Just like that. Perfect. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. Okay. And then we'll just grab this, and we'll move it way up here. Oh, I forgot. Last thing. I meant to do this, and I forgot. It needs legs. It has to have legs. It's a tiny little drone, but it needs legs. They use propellers? Yeah. Look up the picture of it. I'll see if I can show it to you real quick. It's really cool. They're taking a little drone with the rover to test, like, propelled flight on Mars. So, let me see. Okay, so here's a picture. I'll show you. Give me just 1 second. Oh, by the way, this will be our descent stage. I just want to point this out. So basically, we're gonna come in with the thing. Oh, I guess it does have parachutes. I didn't notice that at first. So I guess it does have a parachute. So that's interesting. We might do that. We might add parachutes also. But yeah, so that's that image, and then I want to show you this about the drone. So this is the little drone that they have that they're going to be using, right? And I'll just stretch this out for you. And so, unfortunately, like I said, we don't have actual drones in Kerbal Space Program. We don't have propellers, right? So, unfortunately, I kind of had to make do with a variant of a drone, which is going to be this tiny little xenon container that I'm building. I know it's going to be kind of far-fetched, but unfortunately, it's the best that we got, you know, for the parts that we have. And I want to make sure, I think these are going to be our best landing legs, but even these are, like, huge. Alright, here we go. How does that look? Pretty even? I think the legs look pretty even. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and we'll just fold these up. There we go. We'll just fold these up as well. Come on, let me click on them. Nice. And that's going to be our little drone. Perfect. And again, we're just going to strap this to the back of the rover here. It's not going to be pretty. It's just going to have to be what it is, unfortunately. Unless I could attach it here somehow. But I think right here is going to be our best bet, just to, like, get it off of there when we get there. Yeah. And that's going to be our little, drone. Unless, well, Nah, I'm going to keep it on the rover. Yeah, I'm going to keep it on the rover. I thought about it. It should stay on the rover, I think. That way I can just pop it off when I need to, and we're good to go. It'll be really easy. Okay, cool. Well, this is going to be interesting, but hey, let's give it a shot. Now, one final thing was, like I said, they did have parachutes, so I think I am going to add a parachute to the top of this as well. So let's see. Right here. This one's perfect. Yeah, that's going to be sick. And all I have to do is drop it down, so I'll just put this right here. And drop it on in. And there you go. There you have it. Little parachute. All right, let's scroll up our staging here to make sure that everything is accurate and correct, and it looks like it is. I want the parachute to deploy sometime after... Let me see, what decoupler is this? Oh, is that the drone decoupler? Yeah, that can go all the way up here. That can go all the way at the top. Because I'm going to do that by hand. That's going to be a manual deploy. There's a mod for Kerbal for online if you ever want to play with Sarah. I've seen it, but it doesn't work that great. Yeah, it does. It looks like a toy helicopter. 5M is like GTA add-on. I want to, actually. It sounds really cool. Hey, what's up, Pedro? Yours should be named Epic Kitty Rover. True. Planetary Rover. I think we're ready to go to Mars, my dude. I think we're good to go. I just have to check my staging, of course. And I want to make sure that, like... So, when this decouples, we need to have the parachute deploy right after. So that's going to be that staging. So let's do this real quick. So I'll start from top to bottom, okay? So basically we have our sky crane here, which is this. I'll see if I can show you a picture real quick. So that's this unit here. There we go. Ah, it's huge. Hold on, wait. Let me rescale that down for you. I don't know why it popped up so giant. It was giant. I need much smaller. Please make tiny. There we go. Okay, so here's the picture. So basically this is the sky crane, right? There is actually, but I put the NASA logo on there because, like I said, we're recreating NASA's project. So the NASA meatball is actually on the front of the rover. But this is the sky crane lowering down the rover. As I've explained earlier, we don't have the ropes that the sky crane has in Kerbal Space Program, so I'm just gonna land the sky crane on the ground, and that'll be kind of our descent stage, right? So that's what's gonna happen. But yeah, so what I was saying is this is the NASA logo right here, because we don't have the Planetary Gamers logo in the game. So yeah, so we have that. We have the sky crane. We have the rover itself. I'll show up a little image of the rover real quick. Let me see. There we go. There it is in all of its glory. So let's go ahead and pull that up right now. There you go. So check that out. So this is our rover with its tiny little helicopter companion down there at the bottom. So that's what we mimicked here with basically our rover. With its little actuator arm in the front. It's got all of its science on board. It's got unlimited power due to its radiotropic isotope thing or whatever. And then I've also got, unfortunately, our little drone. It's going to be xenon powered, so because we don't have propellers. So I think we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and save this project. Let's put fairings on the launch stage. And we'll be ready to fly. Yeah, we're gonna use tail fins. And we're gonna put them here and here and here and here. Perfect. All right, I think we are ready to fly. So let's do it. So let's go out to the launch pad. And wish us luck. So yeah, so here we go. So we've got our rocket here on the pad, mimicking the Atlas V as close as we could. It's got 5,800 meters per second of delta V. The requirement is 5,500. We're gonna go out into our map here and find Duna, which is gonna be our Mars lookalike. Now we're gonna want to be about 45 at a 45-degree angle with it. So we need to time accelerate and get ourselves into a proper phase angle orbit with Duna, which is Mars. So we basically have to wait for the launch date for us to go to Mars. And it looks like it's coming up here very soon. So here we go. And perfect. That should be right around the time of today. Or maybe a little earlier. Let's go ahead and pass on to the daytime. Here we are. Sun comes up. And roughly about 4-ish o'clock in the afternoon, I would say. Eastern Standard Time, of course. We will have our lunch. So here we go. Hopefully these don't bang around too much. I didn't put any struts on them or anything, so I'm hoping that they kind of just hold tight. But yeah, here we go. Everybody ready? Throttle up. Perfect. And go ahead, Stepsack. Count us down. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Here we go. Solid stage boosters are active. We're going to launch off the pad. There it goes. All right. Looks like we're listing slightly to the right. That's not very good. And I'm realizing too late that I should have set our direction there, so we're going to be slightly off course. And unfortunately the symmetry is going to mess us up for our launch, but that's okay. So far so good. We're doing okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Try and roll it back here as best we can. There we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. We don't really want to go north. We want to try to go out over the ocean. If we can help it. Oh, yeah, it's not really controlling that well. I don't know, guys. We may have to scrub this launch. I don't know. It's not looking good. Alright, let's try and get back on course with disconnecting this first stage. So let's do it. Here we go. There we go. Maybe we can get back on course. Okay. Oh, let's give it a shot. We'll see what we can do here. I definitely should have set a connector, like an adapter in here, to be our control node. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Hold on. Let's go back to the vehicle assembly. We've got some work to do. Oh, that was gross. Oh well. You gotta test. That's the thing. So let's try it. So let's do this. Luckily no one was injured. It was only a Rover on board. Oops. Ah. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so let's grab these. Need symmetry. Yeah, remember, always use struts. There we go. So that'll kind of lock that in place. Keep things from wiggling around too much in flight. Oh. And one more strut. Right to there. Perfect. It's okay. Nobody was injured. No big deal. It was only like millions and millions of dollars worth of hardware. I would say all in all it went really, really well. I just didn't set my I just didn't set a node, like a control node. So I may want to find something that I can use to control it. I don't think the parachute will count as a controllable node. I think this is going to need to be our node right here that we're going to need to come in here and find. It's going to be this adapter right here. Is going to be the way that we're going to want to control the rocket. And then on top of that, I think I'm also going to add, right in between this stage, I'm going to add reaction control wheels. So that way we have just a little bit more stability on takeoff. That'll work out in our favor a lot. Where are the reaction control wheels? There you are. Yeah, just like that. That'll help out significantly. We're also going to add one right under here as well. So that'll help. And then I think, yeah, that's going to be it for those. But that should help. That should help out a lot for our rocket stability. So let's go ahead and save that. And we'll give it another shot. Okay, here we go. Take 2. We may have to set up our alignment again, too, by the way. Let's see. Let's go out to the map, see where we're at. And, yep, our window's messed up. Okay. Fast forward here just a little bit. Get us realigned with Duna for our takeoff. And then we'll be ready to go out to the red planet. All right. Like I said, gonna look for about that 45-degree angle. Or 90-degree angle, I should say. There we go. That's going to be pretty close. Let's see. Is it daytime? It is. So let's, like I said, go in here first and find that node to control off of. And that looks a lot better. That's going to help us out so much more because we're going to need to turn 90 degrees on takeoff. So not bad. And hopefully the reaction control wheels help out too. So without further ado, let's launch to Mars in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. There we go. We're going to go ahead and climb out here. Looks pretty good. It's going to, those boosters are going to help us out through the lower atmosphere. And then we'll ignite that center stage after these boosters get close to burning off. But this is going to be a lot more stable this time. All right, we're going to go ahead and start our gravity turn to the right just slightly. Nice and slow, not going to overdo it. And we're going to, like I said, it's going to be significantly more stable than the last one. So there we go. We're going to go into a deeper gravity turn after we lose these solid stage boosters. We just want to use them to get us as high in the atmosphere as possible before we go ahead and get rid of them. All right, got about 450 meters per second left in those boosters. So we're gonna wait for them to burn up. And when we get to about 100 meters per second, we're gonna go ahead and fire up that center stage and ditch those boosters. There they go. Beautiful. All right, how we doing for altitude? Gonna check our apps here. Get ourselves set up into a stable orbit, and just like that, before you know it, we're already pretty much there. So let's go ahead and get ourselves equatorial here as close as possible. All right, and just like that, not bad. Not bad at all. We passed the Kármán line at 70,000 meters. I like to push this up into about an 80,000 meter orbit. I think that's usually the best way to go. So right about there at 80,000, let's go ahead and set up our maneuver node to get us into a circularized orbit. Words are easy. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. And we'll try to make it as even as possible. Let's see, how's that right in there? Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Right there. Yep. That's going to be about where our orbit lines flip. That's going to be our maneuver node. So in about T-minus 57 seconds, we need to burn for 1 minute and 22 seconds, allegedly. So we can go ahead and start up that burn now. And we'll turn over to our maneuver node. Now the rocket's going to burn horizontal to line us up with our orbit. And there we go. Yeah, 1,100 meters per second. that's about perfect. It's going to be just about perfectly circularized when this burn is over. So not bad. And again, so this is going to kind of be a mixture between our launch stage and secondary stage to get us out to Duna. So we're going to burn this, and then we're also going to use the Poodle engine to get us out to Duna even further. All in all, a really successful mission so far. The last one was just too unstable. I needed to add those extra struts, add in the extra control wheels, just different things to kind of tighten up the rocket. But all in all, really, really, really smooth so far. All right, and plenty of fuel in this stage. We have 2,200 meters per second, and we only need 150 left to circularize. Here it comes in 3, 2, 1. Done. That's our circularization. So, let's see what the damage is. We've got 85,000 on one side, and we've got 76,000 on the other. Not too terrible. That we can deal with. We can definitely deal with that. But the bigger thing we're going to want to do is burn on, I believe it's moving into the night side of the planet here at the Apoaps, if I'm not mistaken. The funny thing about orbital mechanics, guys, is if you burn on the night side, going into the night side of the planet, I don't remember which side it is, but one side will take you in towards the center of the solar system, and the other will take you outwards towards the outer edges of the solar system. So, for instance, if you burn on one side, you'll go to the Sun, Mercury, and Venus, or in this game, it would be Moho and I can't think of the Venus planet in this game, but yeah, you can go to those planets, or you can end up at Duna or Jupiter or Saturn equivalents in the game, or Mars. So in this case, I was right. We are going to head out to Mars by taking this route. So that's about perfect. We're going to set up our transfer window just like this. And you see that'll shoot us out this way and then get us into a purple line that follows all the way out here to get us out to Duna. So what we're going to do is set it as a target, and we're going to play with our maneuver nodes until we've set up an encounter with Duna, which should actually be very, very simple. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we're going to need to adjust the circularization just slightly to get that encounter. All right, and if we can't get it on launch, what we can do is actually get a second maneuver out here along the path to getting to Duna. And when you do that, that'll make it actually a lot easier to get those encounters sometimes too. So for instance, we may need to do something sort of like this. And that would enable us to get an encounter also. So something like that. And then right about there, wait for it. There, you get an encounter. So right here is where you would come in and meet Duna. It's kind of hard to zoom in on, but basically just about right there is your window to burn and get down to Duna. I'm not sure exactly how much Delta V this burn plans to take. I need to double check on that. Make sure it's not going to exceed what we have in our fuel tanks, but it shouldn't be too bad. And no matter what, we still have to get out of here anyway to do that. And as you'll see, look, there's Duna right there. So not bad. So this one's going to be 1,069 meters per second. But I'm not sure what the next one is going to be. And I don't even know if it will tell us. I don't think it'll give us that information until we get out there. But no matter what, we know we need to start leaving Kerbin's sphere of influence anyway. So we might as well jump on it. So let's do that. Let's add a maneuver node here. Oh, no, sorry. We're not adding a maneuver node. Let's go ahead and warp to our next maneuver node. And if we switch back out, you'll see the rocket doing that. And there we go. So we'll keep pointing at our maneuver. Here we go. We need to keep an eye on our fuel and our, specifically the electric charge that we have in the rocket, because it only has about 250, and it is at this exact moment I realized I should have put solar panels on the outside of our rocket. But the good news is I might just go ahead and ditch the ablator shield, or the shield, I should say, and draw power from our rover in there, and then that would be good. Actually, come to think of it, the rover itself has a has that isotope on it, so that could power our entire ship. So, fun stuff. Okay, so our burn time is 44 seconds, which means in T-minus 22 seconds, we'll need to make our burn. So that will be 7, 6, 5, 24, 23, 22. And fire up the engine. There we go. Cool. And then this will be our entry burn to get out to Duna. Or I should say to escape Kerbin's sphere of influence, because as you'll see, we have an orbit here, right? And that orbit, I don't know what just happened with the music there. But yes, our orbit is this circle here that we're gradually pushing outwards until we break this circle, and we'll end up shooting off out into space away from Earth, or in this case, it's Kerbin. So here we go. About to break that sphere of influence. There it is. And right there is where we want to be at. And so here we go. We're about to leave Earth, say goodbye to home forever, as our little rover heads off for its new adventure out to Mars. So if we look back, we'll be able to see Earth. And as we fly away, there we go. Get us a little more cinematic view there. Leaving the night side of Earth and Kerbin and everything that we once knew, we head out to the deep black to go to Duna. Fun stuff. So we'll get a cool shot there of the of our ship, the Earth, the moon over here on the left, and the sun, of course. But yes, goodbye Earth. It's been fun, but we gotta go. We got a mission to do. Oh man, this is always the saddest part, because it's watching our tiny little blue marble disappear off into the darkness. The funny thing is, we're actually, in reality, we're not actually that far from Earth yet. We've got significantly further to go. Despite how small it looks already. Alright, we'll go ahead and time accelerate here a little bit faster, just to give you guys a full scale of how far we're actually going here. We'll keep time accelerating. And now Earth is about the size of a pixel on the screen. It's still in view. I know you guys probably can't see it, but it's still in view right there at the tip of my mouse. So just to give you an idea of just how far away Mars is, and remember that this is 1/10 the scale of the real solar system, so something to consider. Now, I'm going to go ahead and plan our next maneuver. I think that was a little premature, so we'll go ahead and let that go. Also, it's 2,700 meters per second. I think we can do better. Oh, cannot delete maneuver node. Control is locked. I wonder if it's because we don't have communication with Duna. Oh man, I hope that doesn't negatively affect our travels at all. Can I still use these maneuvers? Oh, I can. Okay, well, good thing we pre-planned that maneuver node out then, because that would be awful if we couldn't get out to Duna. I guess we're going to have to use up that extra gas, but that's okay. We've got plenty. We've got 2884 in the next stage, and 933 in this stage currently, so we only need 2700. So that's not bad. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to that maneuver node. So we'll go ahead and do that. It's 32 days away. So have fun on your 1 month vacation as an astronaut. Just floating around if you were an astronaut going out to Mars. Because I know we're just taking a rover this time, but if there were people on board this ship, they would be just chilling, hanging out, playing games, doing science, and, you know, floating around in their cabin for over 32 days, roughly. And as you can see, we are very, very far from Kerbal now. Kerbal is here along this line, and we are here along our other orbit line. We're on our own orbit line. And we still have 14 days to go before we get to our next maneuver. And I could try to find Kerbal, but to be honest with you, where is it? Where Kerbal? Yeah, we are the funny thing is we are very far from home, and yet not very far at all in the grand scheme of the solar system. We're only about this distance. All right, we're coming up on our maneuver node here. Got about 2 minutes till our burn. It is a 3-minute burn, so we're going to want to do that burn at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Give or take staging. So like I said, the node is in T-minus 1 minute and 57 seconds. We're going to burn at 1 minute and 30 seconds to get us in alignment with Duna. So this is going to be interesting. It's also a very, 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 sketchy burn, I guess, because the thing is, if you don't get this burn exactly perfect, you may miss Duna and ultimately miss your chance to go to Mars. You would actually completely miss the opportunity to get all the way out there. So I don't want to undermine what the NASA folks did with their rover and getting it to Mars. Everything about this trip is extremely precarious and dangerous. So yeah, props to them. Absolute applause. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and ditch this stage here in just 1 second. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, there it goes. We're gonna ditch it and move on to our second stage. Got a skirt step there, stage step behind it. Gonna go ahead and burn our Poodle engine all the way out to Duna now. And it's gonna take us pretty much all the way in. This stage here is both our getting there stage. It's the second half of our getting there stage, and also going to be used for our brakes when we get there to slow us down and enter orbit around Duna, and even land. It's actually going to assist with the landing as well. So good stuff. All right, now this burn does take a very, very, very long time because this doesn't have a very high thrust limit, or I should say, because it's only 250 kilonewtons. The other engine was like 4,000 kilonewtons. So it does take it a long time, but that's okay. I mean, we're out in space. What else have we got going on? So there we go. We're gonna go ahead and use this. And also, this ship is way more easier to maneuver now because we're only using this tiny engine. So if we did miss our mark to enter Duna's sphere of influence, that's okay. This engine can turn around very quickly and correct for any mistakes that we make. So it's a very valuable tool at this stage of the transfer. All right, we're going to continue to burn here. Only got about 550 meters per second left until we reach Duna, in which case we're going to trim up that encounter just a little bit, and then we'll still have hopefully somewhere in the ballpark of over 1,000 meters per second at the arrival to slow us down. I'm hoping that we're not going to be much higher than 1,000 meters per second. We may even use a little bit of what's called aerobraking, where you skim deep into the atmosphere and allow your shields to take a little bit, like the shield, the cover that's on here, the white cover, to take a little bit of that excess heat in exchange for slowing down. Now, we do have 27 meters per second left, but I do want to make absolutely certain, goodness, that we get this encounter spot on. I don't want to miss this at all, and I want to just very lightly tap the gas. There's no rush now to make this happen. So we just kind of want to very lightly tap the thruster here a little bit back and forth to get this encounter. All right, looks like we still have a little bit more to go. There it is. We got it. All right, so there's our Duna encounter. Looks like we're going to be at the periapsis 30 million meters away from Duna. I don't know if there's any way that I could do that better, so I think we're just going to stick with it because, hey, we got the encounter. And again, the mission isn't going fully flawlessly because I've lost a little bit of control because I don't have enough comms out in deep space to relay information back to Kerbal completely, at least in the game. So like you'll see it says like not connected, limited probe control, no data, no signal, comnet path broken, and that's because basically I just need more satellites out here to send a signal back to Kerbal. So more than likely what we would do in a different stream is set up a network of satellites so that way we could relay back from Duna to Kerbal and get better results so that that way we could send back our science. But today we're just worrying about the rover. So now comes the fun part. We basically can just time accelerate around the sun, or in this case it's Kerbal, and we will have, oh, we're coming up on our sun periapsis. This is the closest we will be to the sun, but we're still very far away from Duna. So let's go ahead and time accelerate here. It's going to be about a 6-month journey, I believe, in real life. So far, after that last node, we've already been out here for over 90 days. So in this case, we've already gone roughly 4 or 5 months, I'd say, into our mission. And so here we go. Coming up on day 160 in being in deep space. Here we go, day 192, and we're coming up on Duna. As you can see over on our right, there's Duna the planet, and here is our encounter with it. So we are basically just racing to catch it at this point. So you'll notice it's moving right along with us at the exact same pace, and here is where we're going to come in contact with it, close contact with it. So here we go. So it's been over 200 days since our last node, since our last maneuver, but we can practically see Duna out our window. Now, I say that, but remember, we are still over 30 million meters away from Duna. So to actually see it is still really, really difficult. Okay? But it looks like it's very close, right? And so right here at this blue dot is where we're going to encounter Duna for the first time. That's where we actually hit the sphere of influence of Duna in basically 50 minutes in the game. We've been out in space for over 203 days so far. Specifically longer than that if I were to move this up just a little bit. We've actually been on this mission for 276 days. We've almost been out in space for 1 whole year. Which is very, very true. That's exactly what a NASA astronaut would have to do if they were to go to Mars. It would take you over almost a year to get to Mars. So here we go. So Duna is right up there. There it is. And we're coming in on the periapsis, which is the closest point to the planet. So we'll come up on that. And there we are, right about the periapsis. We got to make this fast, though, because we don't want to miss this opportunity. Duna is right above us, and its little moon Ike is there as well. and we're going to want to slow down. Now, we have a little bit of a problem here, but not too terrible. But it may not be done exactly how NASA did it. We have 1,000 meters per second of delta V, but we need 2,000 to get in orbit with Duna, unfortunately. So we may have to use a little bit of extra fuel, but nothing crazy. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and bring this in. Like I said, we're going to be just shy of what we need to get to get in orbit around Duna. Also, an interesting thing to note, because we came in low, we didn't adjust for being a little bit higher. Again, we kind of had a rough entry. We are not equatorial to Duna. We're actually going to be on the poles. Oh, and we run out of fuel in this stage. Let's see if we can drop this stage and get the second stage, or I should say the next stage. I'm not sure what rocket this is, or what motor this is, because I don't remember putting another motor on here. Let's double check. Okay, so there we go. And let's go ahead and I guess we'll drop our shroud. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're going to need to use this, because I don't have... I think this is the Xenon. Yeah, it's counting the Xenon, and I'm not going to use the Xenon. So in a weird kind of way, we're actually going to need to use our descent stage to bring it down. Not exactly how I would have planned it out, but unfortunately, that's what we got to do. Actually, in a really weird kind of turn of events, I wonder if we've actually run out of fuel, because I am not showing having enough delta V. Let me try this. Oh boy. Let's do this. Oop, come on. I actually needed all of these to activate at the same time. Yeah, 700 meters per second of delta V, but we actually needed 900. Oh my gosh. We may not make it down to the planet. Kind of crazy, come to think of it. Let's see, are we actually making a dent? Oh man, it's gonna be close. I don't think we have enough. I don't think we have enough fuel. Wow, how did we end up with not enough delta V? It must have been that burn. Yep, and just like that, we've run out of fuel. Well, unfortunately, that's going to be back to the drawing board. As close as we got so close and yet so far. We didn't make it. Unfortunately. Man, I didn't realize we needed so much fuel. We're definitely going to need probably an additional fuel tank up here for sure. And we may even need another fuel tank down here. Yeah, I thought 5,800 was going to be plenty, because the wiki said that it's only 5,500 to get to Duna. But we may need way more than we were anticipating to get there. That's wild. That's crazy. Yeah, we're gonna need like a whole other fuel tank here. Let's see, what's that put us at? That's 5,900. We only got an extra 100 out of that. This is wild. Oh man. Yeah, we only got an extra 100. This just proves why orbital mechanics is so important, because if you don't have if you're it's not what you use to get there, it's how you get there, right? Like how you plan to get there. So because my orbital mechanics were slightly off, we didn't end up making it. So that's why we need to make sure that our transfer window is perfect. So I need to look up Duna transfer windows and see Ah, that's why I messed up. It is a 45-degree angle. I kept saying 45 because I remembered it from the good old days, but it wasn't 45. That was 90. So we actually do need a 45-degree angle, and I think that'll be plenty to get us there. So let's try this. Let's add that extra stage. Let's add the extra stage to the bottom. And then we'll try again. And that might work. I don't know. We have over 6,000 meters per second of delta V. So that should help. Let's try it. Let's try it. We should have more than enough now. I think my transfer window was inaccurate. Because now that I'm looking at the diagram, it looks a lot different. So let's do that. So let's hit T to enable SAS. Let's go in here and grab our decoupler, so that way we can control the craft. Let's see, I think it's this one. Yep. Perfect. All right. And then we'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and go to the map. Let's check out our orbit window. So like I said, I thought it was 90. It's actually going to be 45 degrees. So instead of it being this way, it's got to be this way. And I'll show you once we stop it. So coming up is going to be 90. That's where we stopped it before. Right about in here is where we stopped it before. So that's a 90-degree angle. What it actually has to be is a 45-degree angle. It has to be kind of like this. And it has to be a closed angle like this. Let's see. That might be perfect. Actually, it might be a little too much, but I think that'll be okay. So let's try that. Okay, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Now we are going to be significantly heavier and a little bit slower on the takeoff because we added an extra fuel tank. But I think that's for the better because we got an extra like 200 delta V out of it. All right, we're going to go ahead and start doing our gravity turn now. Here we go. Nice and slow. You'll start seeing the rocket kind of list to the side just a little bit. And that looks good. Do I like F1? What's F1? Oh, not really. No, not really, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't do a lot of racing games. Don't do a lot of driving games in general. Just not really my forte. All right, we're getting close to our cutoff here for the solid fuel. So as soon as we hit about 100 meters per second, we'll go ahead and ignite that next engine. Here we go. And we'll ditch these. Oh, careful. It bumped us a little bit, but we're still okay. We're still fine. It's all good. Not a problem. Cool. So we'll hold this position right here until we can see what our apoapse is. There we are. How we doing? All right, so we're at 30. Not bad. We can keep it throttled up. Yeah, that was a close one. That one scared me a little bit because I thought that it was going to separate straight out, but it didn't. Yeah, it kind of fell back in on the rocket. I didn't like that one. All right, we got about 40,000 meters now. Perfect. I mean, if nothing else, this just shows how truly insane what happened today really was, right? Years upon years upon years upon years of planning went into today, and those folks finally got to see the reward for all their hard work, and that really is something cool, you know? So many props to them. All right, let's go ahead and get up here to 70,000. Actually, we're going to go to 80,000. And this time also, I think we're not going to have to use the sky crane or the sky what I think, yeah, sky crane, right? I think is what they call it. We're not gonna have to use that way out in space. I think we're actually gonna be able to use that closer to the surface like it's supposed to be. Okay, we'll just go ahead and get this lined up here. There we go. And we'll move over to the maneuver node. And we're going to burn in... The burn time is 1 minute, 5 seconds. So we're going to burn in 32 seconds. Or at 32 seconds. So we got 50 seconds on the clock. At 32 seconds, we're going to fire it up again. And get into a stable orbit. Okay, there we go. We've just moved on to the maneuver node. And light it up. There we go. 32 seconds. There we go. So we'll go ahead and continue burning. And we're going to get into our equatorial orbit around the planet. I'll go ahead and switch the view here. There we go. And so this is what we would look like if we were facing from the side. And there we go. Let me go ahead and make sure that I'm looking at the map here to make sure that our orbit is stable. And like I said, we'll move around to the night side of the planet and head out to Duna. Hopefully this time we'll have a much better encounter and it won't cost nearly as much fuel. Alright, gonna have a fuel cutoff here in about 2 more seconds. And cutoff. That'll be close. What is that? 75 and 81? I'm cool with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and burn here. And we'll head out. Go ahead and get ourselves lined up there just right. And it looks good. So there we go. Now we just got to set ourselves up as a target with Duna. And see if we can get an encounter. And see, already that encounter is way closer than it was. That's going to help us out a lot. That's going to save a lot of fuel. Let me see. Let's go ahead and set it up here. Oh, it actually spun around the planet. We need to go this way. There we go. Much better. Now, if only we could get that encounter. It's like it's right there. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see. How can we get this encounter to be perfect? Maybe there would be good. It really is just the finest tuning. Actually, you know what? We'll probably just do this and then we'll burn in. Yeah, that'll work so much better. But look at how close this approaches already for 1,000 meters per second of delta V. This is going to be way, 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 way smoother than the last one. So I think that's what we're going to do. All right, let's warp to the next maneuver. Make sure that we're set up. All right, and the maneuver node is going to take 48 seconds, so we're gonna take 24. We're gonna burn it 24 seconds, and also our ship is moving over to the node. All right, now the ship's almost moved all the way over, and we're gonna get right on the maneuver node. All right. Oh. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah. So we're burning just a little bit late here, but that's not a big deal. We'll still be able to get our maneuver node just fine. All right. So like I said, we're burning outwards just a bit, and so what it'll do is it'll extend this orbit line out until we end up leaving Kerbal sphere of influence, and we'll go to Kerbal escape. All right, here it goes. So extends out, we escape, and perfect right there. Took an extra 19 meters per second, but that's okay. And like I said, look at that. Look at that close approach. It's so close. Oh, that's cool. Now we can play with the maneuver out here to see how we can get our encounter for the cheapest. And this will actually be really helpful to getting an encounter. Let's see. Do we actually extend this way? Nah, that's not going to be good. Okay. And see, that's why you can play with these maneuver lines, because now we actually have an encounter. So it'll be very easy to show. Let me see. It should be right about... Oh. Set Duna as a target. And I'm not sure which... I think it's this one. Yep. That's going to be it. Oh, but we should do it sooner rather than later. Yeah, that'll save us a lot of fuel. Okay, so what if we did it here and here? No, that's stretching it out. Okay. So maybe there. Oops. I did this set as a target. Stop unsetting my target. Look at that. Only an additional 200 meters per second. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. Now, I can't actually tell what my encounter is going to be, but we actually might have enough fuel to shape our encounter as well. So this is going to be awesome. This is going to be perfect. Oh, man. Okay. And we only have to do it in 8 days. So we're actually going to only travel 8 days before we have our next maneuver. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we go. Warping to the next maneuver. Goodbye, Earth. And out to Duna we go. All right. Goodbye, Earth. We will see you never. To live out the rest of our days on Mars. Or in this case, Duna. All right, so we got our rocket maneuvering around to our next maneuver node. And that node is going to be a 10-second burn with this wonderful, wonderful rocket. And the funny thing is we haven't even expended this stage yet. Yeah, so, I mean, this is going to be crazy. All right, so we're going to burn at roughly 5 seconds. And it's not going to be a very long burn at all. Remember, this engine can do, like, thousands of meters per second of burns. All right, here we go. Light it up. Full speed. All right. Perfect. All right, let's check it. Did we get the maneuver? We did. Look at that. And we haven't even expended this stage yet. Wow. All right, let's go out to Mars. Here we go. Much, much better. Much better. Yep. Just had to get that right window. That's what it was. It saves so much more fuel when your window is accurate. Yeah, because now we have 759 meters per second plus the almost 3,000 meters per second in the Poodle stage. We're set. This is going to be so, so easy. And you'll notice that even though it's over 8,000 meters per second, as we get in closer, that speed actually drops off drastically. So it's not going to take nearly as much energy to slow us down once we get there and once we hit the encounter. So here we go. Duna coming up on our right. We're coming up on our encounter. All right. And as soon as we drop into Duna, here we go. And welcome to Mars. We are officially here. So, and it's looking a lot more equatorial this time. Not bad. Really not bad at all. All right. So, let's go ahead and add a maneuver here. Oh, unfortunately, maneuver controls are locked again because, again, like I said, I don't have the satellite network that we need. But that's totally fine. We can do without. So we'll just go here and head up to our periapsis. We'll go ahead and turn retrograde to burn off the rest of this energy. By the way, only 1,300 meters per second this time. And again, like I said, we have almost 3,000 meters per second and 759 in this stage alone. So this time we'll be leaving the stage in Duna orbit instead of well, actually, it may still be in solar orbit. I don't think it's gonna actually get to Duna before we do this. So this stage will stay in orbit around the sun, but the next stage will be in orbit around Duna or even crash into Duna, which is much better. So let's go ahead and come here to the periapsis. There we are. And as we near the periapsis, we'll go ahead and get ready to burn right now. So you want to burn the closest to the periapsis as you can, because that gives you the max amount of fuel savings as possible, because you're the closest you could possibly be to the planet. All right. Only 900 meters per second to go. We are definitely doing it this time. We got this. We'll actually have so much fuel that we'll be able to plan our landing site, which is really exciting. All right, here we go. So we're going to expel that upper stage, or I should say the lower stage. Goodbye, lower stage. And hello, Poodle engine. So there we go. So now we're rocking the Poodle engine again, but this time we are far closer to Duna and have plenty of fuel. I can't reiterate that enough. There's so much extra fuel on board, we may actually not need it all, which is preferred. You want to have excess fuel. All right, about 300 meters per second left. Not to worry at all. We still have 2,600 in this tank. And there it goes. As we expected, or as we were hoping for, we're going to go ahead and move that Duna escape into a Duna orbit. Here we are, guys. So we're going to go ahead and bring the Duna periapsis down. I don't remember exactly where Duna's atmosphere is, but I do know we have enough fuel to be right above it. We don't actually need to skim off the atmosphere to slow down, which is called aerobraking. So, or sometimes it's called suborbital braking. I'm thinking. I don't know Duna's. Let's see. There's usually a little book that'll tell you Duna's atmosphere. Orbiting Duna, part count, total mass. I know there's a little booklet that'll tell what I don't think it's that one though. But it'll tell what Duna's atmosphere is. Like the altitude of the atmosphere. App filters. Oh, yeah. Let's see. No. Ah. I didn't want to warp to the periapsis. I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done. I wanted to be at the apoapsis. Oh, goodness. I clicked on something and it started warping me to the periapsis. But I wanted to bring the periapsis down towards the planet. I just want to make sure I know where the planet's atmosphere is. Let's see. It says 50,000 meters on Google. So we could bring it down to 50,000 meters. So let's do that. We'll go ahead and warp back here because I didn't want to warp here to begin with. Can I warp here? I want to warp. Why is my time warp canceled? Let me warp. It's probably because I'm really close to Ike. Oh no, I'm not close to Ike. Ike's way over there. Why can't I time warp? Let me let me time warp. There we go. Alright, so we'll warp back out here to the apoapsis, which is the highest point away from Duna. So that way we can lower the periapsis if we burn retrograde to the planet. Okay? And you'll notice that when I do this... Whoa! Oh gosh. Oh no. Now we've got an encounter with Ike, but I don't want an encounter with Ike. And unfortunately, it's kind of an all or nothing burn. I'm really surprised that I don't have throttle controls. I thought this probe would allow for throttle controls, but I guess not. Okay, that's fine. So it's gonna have to be this kind of tapping, violent tapping motion to throttle and dethrottle the the engine. Okay, I think 96,000 is gonna have to be good, unfortunately. All right, let's go ahead and go into the periapsis here. Now we can go out here, and you guys will be able to see Duna. It should be right over there. I'm not sure. It should be above us. We're about 5 days away. Ah, there it is. All right, we made it. Welcome to Mars, guys. All right, we're going to get in. Woo! Nice and close here. Is that fast enough for you? And we're going to try to get on the day side. So here we go. So this is it. We're going to make it to Mars. All right, let's go ahead and start our retrograde burn. This is where we can basically just burn off all of our fuel. There's no reason to save fuel at this point. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think... I'm pretty sure Perseverance landed in a crater. I don't know if we want to land in this crater or if we want to land on the surface here. What do you think, Stepzak? Do you want to land on the surface or do you want to land in a crater? Down inside this big valley down here. I need to know now because we're currently in orbit around Duna. We have almost a perfect orbit. So I could go around and around and around forever, or we could go in for the landing. So this is basically us here at Mars. You want to go for the crater, just like the rover? All right, sounds good to me. Because they went into a crater because they said that they would have a better chance of finding potential water, which would then give better chances of finding life on Mars. So that's why they went for the crater. So we'll actually go for the crater too then. So let's do that. Like I said, this probe doesn't allow for fine controls of the throttle, so we're kind of just gonna burn as we go here. So here we go. We're now at the apoapsis. We've dipped into the atmosphere. So no matter what, we are on a crash course for Duna. Because as everybody knows, landing is just crashing with style. So we're on a crash course for Duna. So no matter what, we're going to Duna today. But I'll let Zach pick our landing site. Do you want to land here on this right side or over here on the left side? You tell me. This is totally up to you. Right over here on this right side or in the thicker left side with the darker patches. Maybe we can find some water there. But there's a little patch here too, so I'll let you pick. Right side, left side. Left? All right, we're going to the left. Zach says left, we're going left. All right, so let's go ahead and warp here to the left side. Okay, here we go. Going to the left side of the crater. All right. There we go. We're right over the left side. We'll go ahead and start up our burn here. There we go. All right, and this burn is going to be what slows us down to come into the planet. So we only need 600 meters per second to bring us down, which is kind of funny because we may not even need the skyrocket or the parachute or any of those other funny things. But we have them on board. We have everything that we would need to do this legit. So we're going to burn this as much as we can to alleviate as much as we can. Now, the planet still can rotate underneath us to put us off our landing site, but mostly it's going to be right where this joins together. So here we go. And this is basically how you pinpoint a landing site. So basically where these meet is where we'll land. But remember, the planet can rotate underneath us as we drop. So it may be slightly off to the left of this, but ultimately this is where we're going to land. And now from there, we basically just are pointing straight down. So if we change our view here, you'll see that if I were to go like this, the planet would come right to us, basically. Now, like I said, we do have over 1,000 meters per second of delta V, not including what's in the sky crane. So, yeah, great news. I mean, we're actually doing really, really, really well this time. Like I said, from here, we just basically fall straight down. We are about 64,000 meters above the surface, and still technically in space. So if you were an astronaut, you would need a spacesuit being this high up. Well, hey, while we're falling back towards the planet, I think now would be a better time than ever to let you guys know about... Oh, yeah, there it is. You already knew what it was. We're gonna do a merch plug. But yeah, guys, seriously, if you guys want to help us out, we do have merch if you guys want it. If you don't want to buy merch, but you want to help out the channel and help us be able to make more awesome content for you guys and do more live streams, we also have like a PayPal and donation and stuff like that down in the description. But I figure the merch is better because if you buy merch, then it helps both parties because you get an awesome t-shirt. Plus, these are made by Megbugs, so good stuff. But yeah, yeah. Shameless plug. If you guys want to help us out, we really appreciate it. So let's get back to landing. Let's do this. All right, so we got about 50,000 meters left to go. And here we go. Envy says, excuse me, who disliked the stream? I just want to talk. I just want to have a conversation with them. A polite gentleman's conversation about how wrong they are. All right, so we're going to burn off a little bit more of this fuel here. Might as well. I mean, I need to get rid of this stage anyway. So yeah, this is actually going to be really, really good. Let's go ahead and get down here a little bit closer. We'll go ahead and time accelerate a little faster. We might see some re-entry heating, but honestly, we're not coming in fast enough to really warrant having it. All right, here we go. Entering into the atmosphere. 20,000 meters. Got over 300 meters per second to burn off. That'll be great for this stage because, again, we want to get rid of the stage anyway, so might as well. There we go. 100 meters per second. 1,300 meters left until we get to the surface. Whoa! Past that node. There we go. We went so fast that we hovered. In case anybody was wondering what just happened. We bypassed the speed at which it takes to fall and almost started going back up, but we didn't. We just basically hovered, and then now we're going to fall again. In my never-ending quest to get rid of this engine. But hey, this is the right way to go. This is the best way to do it. All right, so once we decouple this, I think this is the xenon tank. And I don't want the xenon tank to fire, so I think I need to put this up here in its own stage group. Far, far away from everything else. There we go. That looks much better. Okay, cool. All right, so we got about 8,000 meters left from the surface. At least I think it's from the surface. Oh, that's sea level. Let's go from the surface. 6,000 meters from the surface. There we go. Let's do it from the surface. Make sure we don't crash. Cool. I will admit I'm not a fan of not having the fine-tuned controls. Because especially with the Sky Crane, I didn't adjust any of the thrust limiters. So it's basically going to be this really weird, janky way of descending to the surface, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of that, but that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and put this before this. We got 100 meters per second with 2,000 meters to go. We'll go ahead and burn off the rest of this fuel out of here. With that little bit left to go, that should be great. Yeah, we'll just burn off the rest of this unnecessary fuel. Got about 60 meters per second to go. All right, and that's going to be the end of this stage completely. So there it goes. Burn it off. Good, good. And let's go with the parachute stage. Not bad, not bad. All right, and there goes the rest of the vehicle. It's going to go ahead and blow up down there underneath us, but that's okay. That's the point. That's entirely what it's for. There it goes, blown apart. And we're at 21 meters per second. So what we're going to need to do is fire up the old Sky Crane here. And there we go. All right, but we're using the parachute to alleviate some of that excess. Also, this is gonna need to pop off. Well, we didn't totally use the sky crane, but it's not for naught because we actually got it down. So what we can do is actually, uh-oh. Oh no, 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 oh no, oh no, 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 no. Don't break, don't break. Ah! Perfection. We did it. All right, decouple the node off the bottom. Let's see. Can we decouple the sky crane? Decouple sky crane. All right. Let's move back over to the sky crane. Oh no, did our drone break? Oh, I think our drone broke. Oh, dang it. All right, well, we tried our best, guys. Yeah, we tried our best. Okay, the drone broke. I really thought the drone was going to work. I was super excited to use the drone. All right, well, so let's look at Sky Crane. Sky Crane's job was literally to do this. It was literally to, like, fly away and blow itself up. And leave just the, oh. Are you quite done exploding yet? Okay. Its job was to... Oh. This piece is still not broken. Wait, can you break yet? I need you to stop so I can switch back to the Rover. Can you... I need you to... If you could just... If you could just stop, I would appreciate that. Flying piece. Yeah, just hit the brakes. Yep. 1 meter per second. Uh-huh. Yeah, and then just stop right there. Okay, cool. So, the idea is that the sky crane would have did that, and then this would roll itself over. I don't actually have a means of rolling it over, though. It has power, right? Well, I hadn't considered the possibility of this happening. I may have to return and do more research. That's weird. It actually doesn't have a way to roll itself over. Can I control from here, maybe? No? And the worst part is there's no way to put the legs in. What I find strange, though, is I'm hitting the gas to roll the wheels, and the wheels aren't rolling, even though it has power. In fact, the wheels aren't even turning. Motor idle. I'm very confused. Why isn't the motor even running? I am hitting W for anybody who's wondering. Is it a throttle thing? Does it have to be throttled up? No. Why is the motor at idle? I'm very confused. Well, NASA's rover had a much more successful landing, I think, than mine did. Very surprised that it's not, like, driving. Because, I mean, I should be able to control it a little bit to even just turn the wheels and maybe get it to flip over. But for some reason, it doesn't want to... Let me see. It doesn't want to be controlled at all. I think it's because of the relay. I think that's what it is, guys. I think it's because I don't have a relay network. So maybe in the next live stream, we could put out a relay network so that way we could get a connection to it, and then we could flip it over and we could actually drive it around. But I think that's ultimately what ended up happening here, was it doesn't have a signal to a network, and that's why we have such limited to zero probe control Because the probe's right underneath here. Oh, you go set it to hibernate. That's interesting. Yeah, and it has reaction control wheels, so it should be able to flip itself over. So, well, guys, I think with this, we are going to leave this live stream here. I appreciate you guys for watching and hanging out with me. Next time, I think we will put in a relay network, so that way we'll be able to connect with Kerbin, so that way this thing could be remote controlled from Kerbin, much in the same way that it does in real life. So, anyways, guys, until next time, from all of us at the Planetary Gamers, my name's Brandon. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!